I suppose you have some information about Buddhism. So it is not religion. This is style of life. I think better expressed. This, what is it, Buddhism?
I don't know about that, because if you remember what Sant Sevak Das said when he was here, he made the comparison between the Eastern approach and the Western approach. And he said that the Western approach treated the Buddhism, the yoga, the meditation, the Ayurveda as an addition to people's lifestyle, something like a leisure activity, whereas the Eastern approach was that it is a discipline and in essence a religion from their perspective.
Yes, precisely. But Sansevak Das said mostly about Hindu, and this is a religion.
Mm-hmm.
But Buddhism, this is a little bit different from Hindu.
That's an interesting
But
question.
I agree with these words of Sansevak Das, that many Western people don't understand precisely and properly what the yoga and the Ayurveda, what Buddhism is. This is not an addiction. This is the center of living. If they work it properly.
According to my book of world religions,
Okay.
here, the Collins Book of World Religions, Buddhism is here. Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam,
Please
Judaism.
define what it is, religion. Let's
Oh, it depends on
let's go.
it depends on how this book defines it. I don't know how the book exactly defines it, but my perspective on religion is that it is a belief or series of beliefs that cause you to live your life within certain boundaries or borders. It causes you to have a series of set specific cultural rules that you follow. So that's my definition of what a religion is. And this will obviously affect your daily habits. It affects your social groups. It affects what you can and cannot do in terms of family and partners. It maybe even affects the kind of work that you can do. So, for example, I imagine that not many Buddhists are owners of banks, right? So there is an effect on the way the world works.
But there are a lot of pure Buddhist monks. For example, lamas, who are owner of lamaseria. This is some agriculture property with many plants, with many animals.
Oh yeah, you also have those Indian spiritual centers where people pay money to go and spend periods of time there under the training of I don't know. I don't know who they're under the training of yogis, or I don't know
Uh,
whoever is there, something like that.
Practically, there are two types of these centers. One type is for business, and the second type is for real education, where the people
Is there a
pay
difference?
some money, but only according their possibilities. You can go there and you can pay if you have some money, but you you mustn't pay if you have no money. They in real educational centers.
Yeah, well, that's true for every religion, though, isn't it? I mean, that's not just true for Buddhism.
Probably the other religion has or have some similar centers.
Yeah, but it's true of all religions that if you cannot pay, then they will offer you something for free. But if you can pay, then they will offer you more. I mean, in that sense, it's a business. It might be practical to work with money. Separating business from religion is a complicated activity. According to this book, Buddhism is a practice aimed at liberating the human mind from anguish.
From anguish?
Anguish. We also get anguish, anger, stress,
Yes,
situations of conflict. Its three vital elements are: first, the narrative of the life of Buddha, the story of the life of Buddha, the philosophical worldview that Buddha put forward, and the institution of Buddhism, that is, the followers of Buddha. It just sounds like any other religion, to be honest.
This is a typical Western understanding of Buddhism.
Yeah, of course. This is
yeah.
this is designed to explain Buddhism to people in the West. Naturally. I think all religions function as processes of social control. So
probably every religion has two parts. One part is for public followers, and there are some special parts only for how it say, only for very highly developed followers, or very disciplined followers who are able to leave these religions practically always, from the morning to the evening, from the evening to the morning, who are able to receive the deepest essence of this religion, because I think that all religions occurred from one source, and all religions have practically the same essence, the same essential, and all religion lead people to liberating from addictions on this physical level of reality. Finally, in this highest level of this religional education.
Well, it's an interesting way of explaining it. I think. I mean, what you described before was a way of liberation, a way of becoming free, a way of disconnecting or disassociating ourselves from traps, pitfalls, problems of the modern world. But the danger is when religion itself becomes the addiction, when people feel that they are unable to live without it, which is almost a necessity of the very religion itself, because you can you have the philosophy, can you have the mentality or even the psychological approach without having the religion there? Can you go through the practices without having the religion? And one of my experiences with religion is that there's a certain requirement of what we call in English a leap of faith, that once again you are asked to believe something which cannot be proven to exist or not exist. And the the balance of evidence or the weight of evidence must lie in the hands of those who say something exists to prove something exists. And for as long as you don't have to prove it, everything is a leap of faith. Now, it's not that leaps of faith are not practical or unnatural, because we all have to do that from time to time in our lives. But to have your entire life, your entire way of life, built on the principles of perhaps more than one leaps of faith, and to know that if you disconnect in any way, the system falls apart. Can you exist alone with your own set of beliefs within that system? And I think that's the point at which religion breaks down, because some people naturally will hold on to the religion as if the religion is everything in their life and could not imagine living without it. And others will have the power to go through the practices but take a step back and try to keep an objective perspective. And both, from their own sets of experience, will be correct. Both will be correct. Those who hold on will need to hold on, and those who let go will probably need to let go. And so, once again, we use whatever we need to use to find whatever solutions we need to find. Except in the circumstance where those who hold on should let go, and those who let go should hold on.
One of masters said a very nice sentence about ways of people to liberating.
Okay.
He was asked how many ways are on the earth, in this world, how many right ways are here.
Mm-hmm.
And he answered that there are so ways, how many people, how many persons are here.
So there are as many ways as there are people.
Yes.